Hi guys, it's me, Kat, Mrs. Handy. Are you? Hope you're all doing really well today. Well, there was a huge FF just the other day here in my area in New Hampshire. Now there was another one that was way bigger, massive, and I know it's for me to work on because I don't know if anybody else is doing news in New Hampshire. I doubt it. I really do. But, I do national news and world news too. I mean, I work on everything, but this is this is so funny. So it had a lot of really personal things in there yet again. So like personal to my life, but I bet if you decoded stuff for yourself, you'd have the same thing. It would be personal to you. So I think everybody should do it. I really do. Now remember, gematria, I say it both ways, is A equals 1 through Z equals 26. And like I said, I use the database gematrix.org. You enter like a phrase or all the capitals from a paragraph or a letter, a name, something highlighted in blue in an online article, all kinds of ways to do it. So I hope you have fun doing this, and it'll make you feel better because when all these weird things happen, you'll know everything's all right, and this trauma that you're reading about really didn't happen, or they're making it sound way worse than it really was, maybe. But I think usually it didn't even happen. So okay, this is what happened here. There's this big bridge. Um, and like when my kids were little, we go across this big arching bridge from New Hampshire into Maine, and the kids would always raise their hands, going, "Yay, we're in Maine!" That kind of thing, or vice versa, "Yay, we're in New Hampshire," and so my grandkids do it now, so it's really cute. But on that bridge, it's called the Piscataqua River Bridge. Um, so this tragedy happened yesterday. Or did it? Closed traffic, I think, for 3 hours during rush hour in the morning. This was Thursday, the 29th, August 29th. And it was the beginning for a lot of people, I'm sure, of like you call it, an early Labor Day weekend. Uh, Labor Day is this Monday, and everybody goes up to camps and things like that in Maine and northern New Hampshire. So either way, the bridge was closed, and it's like the main artery to get through that area. So anyway, you know how I tell you that when I look at news about an event, I read online articles, or you listen to news clips, and see who wrote it, especially on online articles, and look at who wrote it and look at their names. Um, a lot of times they're double letters, and I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is lately. It's a big deal. So also on this article, there were 3 authors on this little short article, and it's all listed right off the bat. Like, okay, it's written by so and so and everything, and it's from WMUR, which like I said in the last video, um, where I couldn't read because my eyes were dilated. Thanks for putting up with me. WMUR is our only real news station in New Hampshire. And like I said, it made the national news too, so it wasn't just local. Uh, anyway, so they closed the bridge. I'm sure it was horrible traffic. And the online authors were Kelly O'Brien, 2 L's, Tim Callery, 2 L's again, and then Ross. And they also use names that are hard to pronounce in their event and in their authors. So Ketschke, Ketschke, maybe Ketschke. I know it's made up. So you have Ross is 2 S's. You have the 2 K's, 2 E's. Yeah, no, 3 S's. Sorry, it's miscounted. So there's a lot going on in Ross's name, right? So, okay, I decided out of these authors, sometimes I decode all of them, but that would get kind of too long. So I decided to do Ross's name, and because he had a weird name. So his name Ross is in Jewish. It's 310, and it's chaos and panic. Okay, and in simple gematria, it's 71, and that's hidden code. Abduct, because the story is, I didn't tell you the story. The story is that this man, it sounds like a custody issue. It was all made up. I know it is. Once you hear all this, a lot of people around here are so upset because they're like, how could this guy do this to his family? Because of what they think happened. So supposedly he lived in Troy, Troy. I know I say things weird. Maine. Makes you think of Troy, the Troy, in the ancient times. So he supposedly murdered his wife, abducted his son, killed his son, left his son in his car nearby the bridge, and then he was on the bridge at the Maine-New Hampshire border, because that's what the bridge separates. So it sounds like this tragic, horrible thing, right? And it's this beyond belief horrible. It didn't happen. It did not happen. Anyway, so Russ in 71, hidden code, abduct, I'm alive, nobody died. In other words, Lady Diana. So she's signing this. Remember how I always said when you get their names are always coded in here, like President Kennedy, President Trump, all that, Junior, they code their names in this stuff. And that's when you also go, oh my gosh, this didn't happen. Let's see. And then that weird last name, Ketschke, is Jewish 231. It's lifespan, like a short lifespan. And in simple, it's 82, and it's soldier. And you got to remember that the military is running the country right now, probably the world, all the militaries. Military's running the country. And if you're confused about that, listen to Derek Johnson. And there's a really good one that he did not long ago on Roseanne. Just listen to the first 45 minutes or so, and you're going to get it if you're kind of new to this. It's all, as he puts it, in laws and orders. They're all written in either government websites or military websites, and you'll understand that how this is happening. So it's not just like me coding, because a lot of people don't believe what I do. They just think it's too weird. But if you see it written on government websites and you see how the laws kept changing and the military orders kept changing to bring this along to where it is, where the military is the one in control, Okay, so more on that funny name. Starts with a K, and it equals in Jewish Klingon. Now that's funny because he supposedly was shot and he fell off the bridge, right? Well, there's so many barriers. I'm sure I'll say this more than one time because it's too much. I've been on that bridge more times than I can remember, and that there's so much in the way of barriers on that bridge to keep people from jumping off. You can't do it. You can't jump. You can't shoot someone and have them fall off that bridge. It's not possible. It's just not. And there's walls down below on either side. They built these massive walls too. So, build that wall. They built the wall. So his last name also equals, Klingon, because he can't fall off the bridge. He's, that's just funny. I mean, I know it's a Star Trek term, but still, it's funny. They have such a sense of humor, these guys. It's so funny. Make false claim equals that guy's name. Where am I? Because he's not gone. And stagecoach. Now you can think of, like in the West, a stagecoach, but you could think of stage and coach. Like fake. Yeah. So this, yeah, I didn't do 8-year-old son. I should have done that. Sorry. Oh, that was a good one to try. So they found his, didn't find anybody in the car. I swear. But in the article, there was either phrases or maybe it was words. I think it was all phrases that were written in blue, just like in Gematrix on that database I use. Um, so it was in blue, just like Steely Dan, done up in blueprint blue. Can't talk. From the song Peg. Um, because that's what they're referring to is all the fake stuff. And, on the online things, I mean, they were talking about that. And that was from 1978, that song. This is so planned. I mean, it's planned way before that, obviously, but. Okay, so in Blueprint, let's see. He killed his wife at their home in Troy. Now, in a minute, I've got that decoded. I haven't got it right in front of me, and there's a Maine State policeman that kept, was being interviewed, and he gave quotes, and it's Colonel Bill Ross, 2 L's, 2 S's, yet again. So they got a 911 call in York, Maine, which is one of my favorite places with beaches, and at about 2:07 a.m. And that's Maine's area code, so that's just funny, So they use Maine's area code. There's only one area code in Maine, not like other states. And 2:07, and you don't really say that. That's how you'd say the time, right? You just say 2:07. You do letter for instead of a number, right? So 2:07 is in simple. It's 1:38 Donald Trump. So it's like he signed it too. So let's see. He had a fight with his wife, and she was found, gone. And they tracked the cell phone to the area of Kittery, Maine. Kittery and York are right next to each other. And at about 2:30 a.m., that's when they get this cell phone call from this guy, right, that committed all this heinous acts. So 2:30, and you reverse. Well, you call that 23, and then you can reverse it to 32, and that's Eve, and that's like she's signing it, which is always Jackie and Diana, right? If you've been watching. So they found the vehicle in the southbound lane in the middle of the road. Oh, in the middle of the bridge, excuse me. And 2:30 equals 158. Listen to what 2:30 equals. Okay? It equals everybody dies. Right? Everybody dies. So, the guy is on the bridge. The police got him, and the kid and the wife, and it equals everybody dies. I mean, this is so funny. So they shut down I-95, which, that's a big deal. And let's see, I didn't decode all this, but I'll just tell you what the article said. Ross said the man left the vehicle and raised a firearm, and the trooper and Maine State trooper and 2 New Hampshire troopers fired at the man. So you have 3 there again, who then fell from the bridge. Like I said, it's not possible. It's just not. And then the Coast Guard was able to pull his body from the water almost immediately. And that, to me, is a reference to, the photos we saw of the Coast Guard pulling the bodies of, well, at the moment, all I saw was a JFK Jr.'s body that was supposedly pulled up. Now you can't find it. At least I can't find it again on image searching. Maybe it'll come back. I would think it would come back so people can see it. And the body that was being pulled up was a Coast Guard dummy that they use for training purposes. They have all these dummies hanging on the boat, and they've got holes in their head so that they hang up, I think, by ropes or something like that. And that's the kind of body that was pulled out of the for when it looked like it was JFK Jr. and a hole in the top of the head, and it didn't really look like anything. It just looked like a dummy. uh, yeah, and then, and the story or idea was back then that they pulled all three of them out of the plane wreckage, and anyway, so that's why I think they mentioned the Coast Guard pulling the body out, um, that couldn't have fallen from the bridge. So, yeah, let's see, what else can I tell you? The child had been shot. The death was not associated with the officer's use of deadly force. No identities have been released. Yeah, because there aren't any. The bridge was shut down for hours before and during the morning commute while the situation unfolded. So for hours, the bridge was, that's like such a main route to go on, to be shut down. Just like when they shut down Route 4 that I did my last video on. Let's see. Oh, okay. This was in blueprint. Okay, yeah, this was in blue. I feel like I'm missing something, I swear. I'm missing stuff. Okay, and this was in, well, I'm sorry, I'm doing the end before the beginning. I don't know, I got my pages out of order, but traffic is once again flowing smoothly. That was in blueprint, just like the other thing I mentioned with the Steely Dan, and that would be the thing to work on. Let's see. Once again, flowing smoothly. See, I wish I hadn't stapled them together, but I always do. You know me. Let's see. And there was a neighbor that was quoted. They always have somebody that, like either an eyewitness to an event or a neighbor saying, "Oh, and they were such a quiet person." So anyway, this neighbor was Kay Davidson, and she kept saying, "We've got to meet them. We've got to meet them." And anyway, the neighbor, Kay Davidson, it is simple 125, and it equals John Kennedy, right? I mean, this is so funny, isn't it? Isn't it really funny? And Piscataqua River Bridge equals life stinks. Because he was probably going to try to jump off the bridge. That's probably the story that they're trying to portray. It equals, in Jewish, that's not the truth. That's a mind game. And cure with salt matches. And so, supposedly he's gone, and then he falls in it's the ocean right there. And cure with salt. Isn't that hysterical? Oh my gosh. And script writer matches Piscataqua River Bridge. And how about this one? I want to get high, so high, like up in the middle of the bridge where it's arched. That's where he was between, I want to get high, so high. Crack me up. And then another one that matches is insane claims about Daniel Bridge. I mean, it's so funny. Let's see. Piscataqua River Bridge in simple is I am always with you. And like no one died. None of them. And don't worry, be happy. And Mary Magdalene in the flesh. Because Diana and Jackie are like both Mary Magdalene as far as I can figure out. There's probably two Mary Magdalenes. The Bible's all screwed up. I think they screwed it up on purpose. And so he's from Troy, Maine, this dude, right? And I looked up Troy, Maine, because of course I wanted to know where it was. And it's up mid-coast a little bit. And it's in Waldo County. Oh, they picked this town because where's Waldo, right? Because he's not, where is he? You can't find him. Where is he? Oh my gosh, where's Waldo? And the population in this little town in Troy is 1,018, and 18 is R. And as I've told you before, I think R is really two nines. Two of them are each of them are a 9. Like the most high number. That's as high as you go in this biblical numerology. That's like called the most high number. And so you've got two people who are 9s, angels or whatever, however you want to look at them. And when they're together, they're 18 and then they're an R. You know, so I think it's like, yeah, probably, this is the way I look at it anyway, is President Kennedy and Jackie and Diana and Junior. So I look at them, so there's like two R's, because you've got a couple is like two nines, one of the couples, and the other couple is two nines. So you have, that adds up to 63, you know. Yeah, 63, no, I'm sorry, 36, I meant to say. Yes. And I think that's why he was elected, why he died in 63. I mean, all these numbers are important. Died in quotes. So he, in blue, remember I was talking about the blueprint. He killed his wife, that's the first part of the sentence. And it's 125, and it's John F. Kennedy, yet again. Why am I not surprised? And it's dear activated one, like act in there, and they're activated. You know, was there even a person on the bridge? I suppose there could have been an actor, you know, like part of the military. And this is funny. I mean, I don't know anything about Deadpool. Like, I know most of you have seen the movie Deadpool or whatever, or know about that character. But I thought this was funny because it was 3 people involved that were supposed to be gone, all S-H-O-T. I shouldn't have kept saying that word, really. Especially after I had that S-T-R-I-K-E a bit ago, and I was off for 2 weeks, which was a week longer than it should have been. Anyway, but anyway, about Deadpool. 3 Deadpools shut up. Like 3 dead in the water. I don't know how you want to look at it, but if Deadpool is in there and then shut up, like be quiet, like 3 gone. I just thought that was funny, even though it's kind of an awkward match. And then the last part of that, it's because I do by phrases, you know. So he killed his wife, and then at their home in Troy. So I did, he killed his wife, and then at their home in Troy is in Jewish 1075, and it's activation code, like activating the plan, the event, and act is in there as well, like I said. So that was in Jewish, and at their home in Troy, and simple is 223, and it's borderline psychopath. Like at the border, the Maine, New Hampshire border on the bridge, right? Borderline psychopath. Isn't that hysterical? And drowning by numbers. Now, granted, they say he was gone, you know, bang on the bridge, but then he went into the water, into the cured by salt, like I said a second ago. And yeah, so anyway, I'm getting off. I'm getting myself messed up by laughing about it. He was shot. Yeah, so he fell off the bridge. And then another one that matches is, I wish I wasn't so damaged. Like, you know, like gone, you know. And then you do Bill Ross, the colonel from the Maine State Police. That's, you know, all these quotes are from. And it's Jewish 361. And it's kill shot and killed. I mean, that's funny. That's funny. Okay, so, sorry, Bill Ross is simple 106, and it's divine plan, protected, stay home. Because after a while, you know, everybody's hearing, oh my gosh, the bridge is closed, and I don't know what to do. Work from home, I guess. I don't know. And Lisa D and I were talking about it this morning, and she's the one that sent me the article. Thank you, Lisa. You're awesome. And yeah, so she's saying, are they trying to tell everybody to work from home, stay home? Like, if, you know, trying to push people to not go out? Because that's like, is it 2 days in a row? Or maybe it's around here in my area. Anyway, a lot has been going on to stop traffic. Because the other thing was all an FF, a false event that stopped traffic. So people couldn't go northbound yet again around here. So he fell from the bridge, because this was in blue, It's emergency broadcast. Excuse me, emergency broadcast. Pull the trigger, and the hidden gematria code. And I think I already told you. Traffic was flowing once again. Yeah, I might have already told you this, but in case I missed part of it. So traffic was flowing once again. Sorry, traffic was once again flowing smoothly. Okay, yeah, I didn't read this part. This match anyway. So in Jewish, it's 31:32, and that it's interesting because it equals there was no vegetable in Eden, only fruit. Now, Lisa was telling me about Charlie Freak, who I think might be somebody else too, but I haven't worked on that. Well, he doesn't promote, but he says that, what is it? You're fruitarian, like fruit, and then Aryan on the end, and that's the way people should be eating. Now, I don't know, he probably eats like that, but anyway, he mentions that on his show. And he decodes songs, and I love, I don't decode whole songs, but I get some of the lyrics, or I get the group, and I like decoding it. So that's cool. He does that if you like that kind of thing. So anyway, so I thought about that. I thought, well, maybe sorry about all the mowing noise. I can't help it. Yeah, no, it's right outside the back window. Anyway, let's see. So what if that's true, that, that's what everybody's supposed to be eating? I mean, vegetables are always being pushed as good for you. I'm sure they are, but it could be fruit only. I don't know. And I think, do they call avocado a fruit? Because I hope so, because I love avocado toast. I'm one of those people. I love that. And as long as it has a seed, isn't it called a fruit? Like a tomato's called a fruit because it's got a seed? I'm pretty sure. So hopefully I could like live on avocados and bananas and stuff, and tangerines and stuff. Yeah, that would work. Let's see. And maybe even still spaghetti, because spaghetti is tomatoes. I mean, spaghetti with sauce, tomato sauce. So anyway, so traffic is once again flowing smoothly. I'm still on Jewish after that fruit thing that I went off on. It equals greatest story ever written. That's what this means. This highlighted blue phrase, greatest story ever written. Something you've never seen is coming soon. And I don't know, I mean, literally, is that a literal thing talking about what just happened with the bridge? Or, like, oh, that's weird, we've never heard of anything like that? Or are they saying something is really coming soon that is just, like, horrible, off the wall sounding, but not? Because I've been waiting for all this stuff, It's bound to happen, all these fake things. Because they want to show you what the cabal wanted to do, or what they have been doing. They want to show people what's been going on. And this is only like a portion of what they really wanted to do. They wanted to wipe us out, pretty much. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and then in simple, that phrase that was in blue is 388, and it's basic instructions before leaving Earth, like, Bible. But, it's funny because it's about 3 people that are supposed to be gone off from the Earth, right? Just their suit, anyway. Meat suit, as Mark Atwood calls it. Hi, Mark, if you ever watch. The truth is right in front of you is simple 388. So if you just pay attention, especially if you know that nobody could fall off the bridge, that should be one thing right there, that that this isn't true. Just that one thing should get people questioning, like, okay, did that really happen? Yeah, and now just flowing smoothly. So then I didn't take the whole phrase, the whole thing. I did just that part of the phrase. Sentence. Now just flowing smoothly is Jewish. It's 1485, and it's whole trick of it all. and dark night of the soul. Because supposedly, you know, this guy was at the end of his rope and did all this stuff. Dark night of the soul. And major events to come. So twice we've got things about things coming up, or upcoming, however you want to put it. And then, okay, so back to the fruit in Eden. So right after you get that match from what was written in blue in this article, this Colonel Ross says, traffic was flowing smoothly. Yeah, I said that. I'm sorry. And the funny thing about that is, okay, this is funny. This is just something I thought of, and I threw this in at the end because it was just weird, a weird thought. Well, what if you're supposed to have fruit and everything, and then you don't need all the like coleus and all that stuff, and you know, whatever, Maalox, I don't know, whatever. Maybe it's not Maalox. I don't use that stuff. Anyway, like no more bathroom issues for anybody. No, I think that's pretty funny, but maybe that's why. Because if you're only eating fruit, how can you get messed up on your insides? How can that even happen, right? You're not getting all clogged up or whatever. So, and then I'm going to end with this. This is funny. I always say it's funny, and then maybe you guys don't think it's funny, but it's not on the same FF. I'm done with that. But so I'm watching the old, excuse me. It's really bad when you crack yourself up. I mean, it's not funny for other people when the person telling a story is laughing at themselves. I'm sorry, I'm doing that. So I'm watching old episodes of the Bob Newhart show, and I remember Carol. Carol was the weird secretary on the Bob Newhart show. Now this is the one from the 70s, not the one where he was a innkeeper in Vermont, because he had another long-running show like that. But Carol was like this geeky, tall woman who never could get a date, and her chin was like super receding, and funny teeth. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe she had an overbite. I can't remember exactly, but there's something going on with Carol, and she's got the curly, and it's red hair, you know, and red is JFK, and I know maybe other people don't think she looked goofy, but I thought she looked goofy, and she kind of walked funny, you know. Okay, so I started working on that on her. I don't know why, you know. So, because her name on the show was Carol Kester with a Kester, and Carol Kester in Jewish is 444, and it's the mission ID, like that's the job, like the mission, and she's a goddess, and that's in Jewish. Now in simple, that's a rap and looks like me. All right. Now, Marsha Wallace was supposed to be, excuse me, her real name. Marsha Wallace, and she's known for being, like, she's known for, in Wikipedia even it said she's tall and she had a funny laugh and everything. Well, and also Kester, I forgot about this with the stage name. Kester sounds like jester, like a joke, doesn't it? Well, Kester in simple is 78 and it's Kennedy. And in my opinion, and you know this from way long time ago, that Carolyn Kennedy, you know, Junior's wife, Carolyn Kennedy was always, there wasn't a real Carolyn Kennedy in my opinion, was always played by Princess Diana, right? You remember that. So when Kennedy comes up as, you know, with Kester, it makes me think of all this, that it's Diana played this goofy looking, receding chin, red-haired woman on the Bob Newhart show, the secretary. I really think so. Now, I have a little bit more on that. So I did, of course, her name's Carol, so I did Carolyn Kester. So another reason to make you think of Diana again, because Carolyn, and it's Jewish, 884, and it's fake stop. I can't talk. Fake sob story, movies, hidden messages and numbers. All that. Sorry about my Trump train. And in simple, it's 166, and it's Transformers, because she's a different person, disinformation, and my mind is made up, like a made up character. My mind is made up. So Marcia, go back to Marcia Wallace, that's supposed to be her real name. And in Jewish, it's 124, it equals lies and scam. And it's funny because in simple, this is cool when it matches more than one way, like Jewish and simple. So you get lies again. So you have a double match of lies. So that, to me, that's a big deal. And it also matches games in simple. So Wallace equals, in Jewish, 950, it equals kid by the side of the road. All right? So it's like another tie-in to what's going on. And it equals psychiatrist. And it's funny because now Bob Newhart is supposed to be a psychologist, but, you know, kind of close to a psychiatrist. And Wallace in simple is 57, and it equals England. So to me, definitely, Carol Kester, the character that played the secretary on the Bob Newhart show, that was tall and skinny and goofy looking, was Diana, was Princess Diana. You can watch it on Amazon. Give it a shot. I mean, it's free. Just give it a shot and watch it. And if you decode stuff she says, I bet you it all comes up as Diana stuff. Or coding. I shouldn't say stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing this one. You can probably tell I'm kind of excited. It was really fun. So anyway, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And please comment and let me know. Oh, and I see my necklace. I forgot. Oh my gosh, it's from C. Mora Arts. When she makes comments, that's what it says down below. So thank you, dear. I love it. And I love my, oh, I don't think you can see it. If I get out of the way, can you see it? Oh shoot, it's behind the, it's behind my blue willow plate a little bit because it kept falling down. I'll go show you. I don't have it framed yet. But anyway, remember this was the art that she gave me along with this necklace and other things, and she made it for Mr. Handy Are You, in honor of Mr. Handy Are You, made in sympathy, and it's called She Remembered Him at Sunsets and Felt He Was With Her. Isn't that cool? Seymour Pushka. Sorry. She's an artist. I don't know why I said arts. Seymour Pushka. Yeah. Does she have her website here? I can't. Jeepers, I'm not sure. I think they're in Wisconsin. Oh, it's okay. Here it is. Here it is. Scanlon Art. Scanlon Art. 400 Walnut Street, Burlington, Wisconsin. And then she gives the zip. But I mean, if you ever want to write to her, Scanlon Art. What is the website? I don't know. Anyway, it was just one of the sweetest things. She wrote on the back and everything. And so I'm doing really good though, I must tell you. Yeah, I'm doing really good. And thanks for everybody's been concerned about me over this long period of time, and everybody's supported me. But I know it's weird to even talk about. It's personal and kind of weird, but you guys, I feel like you're my family. So I kind of have a boyfriend. I don't know if he thinks of me as a girlfriend, but whatever. Kind of. So that was cool. And anyway. So He's probably gonna watch it. I don't know. Hi, JD. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. So I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you soon. Bye.